Hello, how are you? I just wanted to talk today about how I'm starting to realize the secret to non duality. Now, I'm not going to get too crazy about having all the answers, but I certainly feel I'm onto something and I want to share that. Now, we all talk about living in a unified field and being able to walk out into this life, into the events and external circumstances and external forces, and stay in the heart space and not be triggered in any way by anything or anyone. Now, that sounds crazy. It sounds impossible. Certainly, if you look at my life, I certainly haven't achieved that. It's been a struggle. But something is changing for me. Something huge. Now, several years back, my whole family got into John Demartini, and he has this amazing method he created, and hats off to him for it. And it's about equilibrating. It's about being able to see the dark and the light in every personal trait in yourself, to be able to see it in another person. I hope I've done that justice in my explanation, but basically it equilibrates and then it neutralizes any charge that you have in being triggered by someone else's behavior or something in your life. So it's a kind of, to me, a little bit exhaustive process where you go through and you find any trait that you don't like in someone else within yourself in equal amounts, and you equilibrate it. And what that does, it's pretty cool what it does. You can no longer look at that other person with the same negative charge and triggering. It neutralizes. So I think I've explained that enough. But the point is, as we move along in this spiritual journey, what I'm finding is that I'm starting to see everything from a multidimensional perspective. What I mean is, I'm starting to see the truth and the deceit, or if you like, the truth and the not truth, the good and the bad, the dark and the light in every single idea, narrative, story, event, system that I encounter in this world. And it's a paradox. I'm seeing the paradox in everything. And what that is doing, and this is where it gets me excited, it instantly equilibrates for me. And instantly, in that moment of perception, a higher perception of seeing the paradox in that it is true and it is not true, it neutralizes it. And it's like this charge that it previously would have had is dropped. And I'm no longer interested. It is not something I have any consideration or care about the same way. I have no energetic charge. It just drops. And so, you might hear about a news event or a story, and there's some people who are excited and angry, and there's other people who are also excited and angry, but from the other side of things. And I see both now. I see the paradox in things. Not in everything yet, but I see it increasing. I don't know what's going on. I can't exactly tell you why this is happening. I can only guess. Perhaps it's because I'm really, really putting a lot of focus into surrendering in every moment and just not analyzing everything, just letting it go. And it's like, and I have been praying and meditating every day for an ability to see from a higher perception. This is so important to me because I believe that's the beginning of really seeing the oneness in this reality and being unified at all times. So I believe it was Buddha who talked about you're ready to move to the next level when you don't feel any pain in this level. And so I feel that the goal is to be able to be in this world, but not be triggered by anything. Instead, to see the oneness in every single aspect of this experience. And I believe this is what's happening when we all begin to perceive everything as a paradox. We see the multidimensional truths of every level, of everyone's idea, of everyone's thought, of everyone's perception, and it neutralizes. And the beauty of that is the moment that you see the paradox in something and you drop it in interest is the moment you go back to be in the moment, to be present, to be in the real space, not the past, not the future, not lost in thought, but here, now. And that brings you right back to the unified field, right back to the heart space, right back to the focus of the divine beyond the simulation. And it's so good. It's so peaceful and a lot less affects me in these states when I'm experiencing these moments. I don't have the same care as in disempowering care. I just have more love and understanding. So I would urge you to consider this in your own life. How are you viewing circumstances, experiences, stories, narratives in your world? Are you able to start to see from a higher perception that everything is true and everything is not true? I know that's, but I believe it's part of the journey. And so I'd love to hear your experiences with this. If you want to comment, please like, subscribe, and share if you resonate. And have an amazing day. See ya.